Algar Productions.
This is the Post-Atomic Horror, the most comprehensive Star Trek podcast ever produced. Your hosts are Ron Algar Watt and Maggie Robotham. Episode 519, Spock Amok, with Mark Bosco.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the Post-Atomic Horror. I'm Al.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Mark.
Hooray!
Yeah, welcome.
First guest for Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aren't you pretty much always the first guest for every series?
No. I don't
More
think I showed
often
up
than
at all
not.
for Discovery or something because
it was Prodigy. You had to, Prodigy. You had to reschedule, and then we were near the end of the series, so we couldn't reschedule.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, I think you were our first guest ever, for anything.
You were our first guest, period.
Series.
Well, I feel very honored.
So, yeah.
You came on SV to talk about Back to the Future, if I recall correctly.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I was talking about Pa, but also that, yeah.
That was a long time ago.
17 years ago.
Yeah. Oh,
Jesus
holy
Christ,
shit.
that can't be right.
Yeah, SV was 2009, 17 years ago
Good
now.
God.
Whew.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I've been doing this a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know
Come
if
a
you
long
remember.
way, baby.
Have we? Still talking about Star Trek.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Same.
you have. Yeah.
Well, not
I
same,
moved-
but,
Well,
similar.
Yeah. Oh, really? Same, huh?
I don't know. When you started, you were living in Maryland, and then you moved to Seattle, and then you moved to LA. So, you've come
That's
a
like
fairly
becoming a
long
woman.
way.
That is a long way.
It's more literally a long way than figuratively.
Yeah. Now my hair is blue, and my nails are
Gotta have
same.
blue hair. Well, it's the future now. You got to have blue hair.
That's right.
Most of the people on this podcast have blue hair.
Except me, who has the opposite of blue hair.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been reading a new translation of the Iliad at bedtime, just as a side, and it often describes Poseidon as blue-haired Poseidon. I'm like, really? I didn't realize that was one of his features, but, neat.
I thought they didn't know what blue was because of the wine dark sea. But
I was just going to bring that up. Yeah, I think you're right.
There's also that. Yeah, so I don't know.
We don't
Maybe
have
the
blue.
It's a new modern translation that just came out
Yeah.
last year, so I assume Emily Wilson knows that blue exists.
yeah, your good great friend on social media.
That's right.
So I'm sure you remember this, but also I don't want to assume because we all don't remember anything ever. That you, Mark, came up with this title for.
I did.
Yep.
They stole my joke.
Years upon years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like a decade ago, at least, right? At this point.
I don't know if that's why you're here to take issue with that, but you would have
I'm
a
not
good
here to
case.
take issue with it. I am here to take credit for it.
Yes.
yeah.
I came up with Spock Amok way
As
before
well you should.
this episode it existed. So I don't know
And it would have been-
if any of the writers listened to the show or if they just, they probably came up with it independently. It's a pretty easy joke to make probably. But yeah, I feel some attachment to it.
I just feel like the episode should start with one of those Batman occurs courtesy of Bob Kane with Bill Finger, Spock Amok occurs courtesy of Mark Bosco
Yeah, absolutely.
with Bill Finger.
Look,
Yeah.
Bill Finger was left out of a lot of credit. He should just get credit for other things.
I'm happy to share credit with Bill Finger.
Good.
And it would have been 16 years ago because we started PA a year after SV. So
Oh
God,
my
that is
goodness.
true also. Yeah.
Wow. I really do feel old now.
Yeah.
that's because you
Because it
are.
would have been after our Trek 9. Because we were excited and couldn't shut up about Trek 9.
Yeah. No, October 2010. I remember this because when we did Endeavor, we made the registry number of the ship 10, 20 something 10, which was the date that PA started.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a little
Oh.
thing.
I don't think I knew that.
It wasn't that's a deep cut. That's not anything I expected anyone to notice. I just needed to come up with a number for the ship and oh, there we go.
Fair enough. That's cool. I wonder where 1701 came from. Does it have any significance aside from just...
I feel like it does, and I feel like I read it in some book I borrowed from you in high school.
One of those
Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise.
No, like the behind the scene, like the not the fictional in universe ones, but one of the explaining the the production stuff.
Those are the only ones I cared about when I was a kid.
What, the fictional ones?
Yeah, I don't care about how they made the show. Show me how they made the ship.
I had just the opposite because I think my grandparents had like a little paperback book of like Star Trek, the making of the series, and was you know,
that's the book.
Yeah.
You and I made a really crummy space film in high school that I wrote and have been ashamed of ever since. And we were doing
no more blue people.
Yes. We're doing a moderate amount of research that you could do in the early 90s when you weren't very motivated, and entailed reading 2 or 3 books about how various science fiction things were made. So I feel like I read that and said, oh, we can't do any of this. We're in high school and have a VHS camera. What the hell?
Well, we did it anyway with some tinfoil and some Christmas lights.
That's right. You were foil man.
That's right. Foil man. Fear me.
Foiled again.
Oh, that should have been my catchphrase. Can we go redo?
No.
This is why you needed me in high school.
No more blue people.
Okay.
But
Also,
I was busy being born.
Yeah, you would have been 9 when we made that. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Maggie.
Well,
no, it's fine. I was deeply annoying at 9.
all right. Why don't you tell us what happens in Spock Amok, if you could, please?
I will. We start the episode with Spock on Vulcan, about to marry T'Pring, but suddenly, he's human! His ears! And there's another Spock who is 100% Vulcan, and T'Pring makes them fight! 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 Anyway, Spock wakes up, and we get the sense that he's maybe a bit anxious about what T'Pring thinks of him. Speaking of T'Pring, she shows up because they have planned a romantic weekend together. But Spock has to do some work first, and T'Pring is a bit snippy about his job or whatever. Meanwhile, Chris is having a slutty green wrap shirt meeting, and Admiral Robert Bob April is telling them about these Rongovians that they need to negotiate with for a new trade route or something. Meanwhile, Casual Friday Nurse Chapel, Ortegas, and Mbega with a great hat are about to go on shore leave when Mbega accidentally mentions number 1's nickname, Where No Fun Has Gone Before. Right before Una slams the transporter faders with extreme prejudice. The negotiations with the Mongolians start early because they're pushy bastards, and Spock has to work more, ruining the intimate dinner of food cone that T'Pring made for them. Meanwhile, Una and La'an try to have some fun by stopping some ensigns that were gonna go on a little spacewalk, fight over who gets to be bad cop, discovers Enterprise bingo, and decide, in the interest of understanding this whole fun thing, checking some bingos off the list. They flavor some gum with the transporter. They compete to shout different floors at the elevator. They shoot each other with stun phasers. But it's not fun, because they make the rules, so they have to make new rules to break or something. I'm unclear. Anyway, back at the ranch, Spock and T'Pring are trying desperately to reconnect and somehow connect so hard that they Freaky Friday themselves into a situation that they themselves can only describe as hijinks. Of course, the Monrovians pick this moment to decide they will not negotiate with Chris any longer, but only with Spock, who is not actually Spock. Dun dun dun. Also, T'Pring is now needed at work for something only she can do. Oh, the delicious irony. It is ironic, right? Don't you think? T'Pring, Spock, does a valiant job trying to negotiate until she stumbles a bit, and Chris interrupts to give her the perfect compliment that brings tears to his eyes. Meanwhile, Spock, T'Pring, does a valiant job trying to negotiate a famous Vulcan criminal into surrendering until the guy insults Nurse Chapel and Spock, T'Pring, decks him. Anyway, the Moldavians come into an agreement about the trade route. Una and La'an sign a panel on the hood of the Enterprise, and the medical crew use some sea urchin goo and crystals to put the Vulcans' Katras back in their right bodies, where there'll be no tribble at all.
Wow, when was the last time someone ended their summary with that?
Probably the last time I was on the show.
Yeah, quite. No, you're not the only one keeping it alive.
No, there's a few of us.
Yeah, it's just we skip it from time to time, and I've forgotten about it, so...
Another rich tradition going back 17 years.
Here's another thing that we came up with first, and they ripped off from. No, not really. We did a body swap episode of Endeavor, and
they did. Yeah, we did
after that because Maggie wrote that one, but that was my idea, and the idea came from me looking at a list of sort of general sci-fi ideas that Star Trek hadn't got to yet. Like that's all.
The thing is,
and the real writers then probably did, and
Like, I mean, the last episode of TOS is a body swap episode.
Well, okay, but it didn't really we didn't know what's her name.
Yeah,
no, not Janice. What the fuck was that?
Turnabout Intruder.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Janet Reno, and I know that's not right.
Well, my brain is saying Janice Rand, and that's not right either.
No.
Oh. No, I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we didn't really know anything about her, so it wasn't quite the same as like two characters we know switching bodies. You know what I mean?
Also, I believe she was in prison in a coma for the entirety of the episode.
Something like that. It was super problematic, as I recall.
Yeah. There was a bit in Star Trek 3 where Bones has Spock's Katra in his brain, and he has a little bit of. That's not quite the same, I guess, but.
I think it would have been the same if then we saw a bit of Bones or Spock with Bones in him. Which also the idea of Leonard Nimoy playing like DeForest Kelley style Bones. Oh, I wish we'd gotten that.
Yeah.
It was Dr.
Delightful.
Janice Lester, so I was right
to
think
you.
Janice. A lot of Janices back then. Now I'm picturing Janice from the Muppets on the crew of the Enterprise.
I can't wait to switch bodies with Captain Kirk for sure.
With the big 60s hair and everything.
Yep.
Speaking of that, number one had some amazing 60s, like fucking Marge Simpson stacked to the heavens hair.
Yeah.
Very
impressive.
Yeah.
I love this shit, man. Like I've remarked many times how this is basically what I like Star Trek to look like at this point.
Yeah.
And the more 60s crap, the better.
Yeah, Nurse Chapel had like this great like mod dress that she was wearing in the bar before she met her other dude who was inconsequential, and I don't remember his name.
It doesn't matter.
You're
she
not meant
his
to.
Ass.
She doesn't remember his name either. Is that?
Yeah.
That was the point of it.
What was your name again? Janice Lester, I think.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
No, he had a name that was super similar to an existing character. I'm like, is he related? Oh, it was something like Detmer, but not Detmer, but like Detler or something.
Detler.
It was like, is that Detmer's brother? But it wasn't. But yeah, I love taking that. I love taking that 60s shit and just putting a little tweak on it. But actually, Mark, you don't think they always get it right? This is your bad thing.
Yeah, that is my bad thing. I was just shocked that somehow they've turned the slutty Kirk green wrap shirt into kind of a weird jacket with leather shoulders and a black undershirt, and it doesn't look slutty at all. How can you make Anson Mount look less slutty, costumers? How dare you?
I feel like he's got a natural sluttiness that comes through.
Oh, yeah,
he does. And he was like, we went to one of the for your consideration screenings of an episode and got to see him in person, and he really is that handsome in person.
Oh, I believe you. Handsome
Good gravy.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we were 12 rows back or whatever. It was like, ooh, I can feel it from here.
The waves
Blasting
of
off him.
Yeah.
It's like, I know you're bi, but also if I didn't and we talked about Anson Mount for 5 minutes, I would know that. The way your eyes, like, I can't even see you right now, but you have hearts in your eyes.
Yeah. He's dreamy.
Yeah, he is. No question. But I didn't hate the green wrap. I get what you're saying, and I get that they probably should have stayed a little more true to it, but I just like the fact that they acknowledged that it existed. So.
I thought it was a
like
pretty good update of, like, again, whatever that version used to be.
I thought that was supposed to be his casual wear, though, and it's weird because this was a very formal diplomatic thing, and he was there, and it's like, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting design. I like the design. I don't know. There was something, maybe it was because, like, it was half pleather, half fabric, and it just kind of felt more like a jacket instead of kind of a slutty, half-open kimono shirt, you know? But
I challenge you to describe it without using the word slutty. Not because that's a bad thing, just because you've said it a lot.
No, this is slutty complimentary.
Oh, it absolutely. Look, we are not slutty shamers here, but
no,
it's mostly just the repetitive word. Like, you should pick another adjective for a second. That's all.
impossible.
No, I refuse.
Okay, that's fair.
Promiscuous.
You're right. I also like Admiral April's outfit. Like his uniform sort of splits the difference between original series and like those disco uniforms, and his big Starfleet medallion pin thing. Like it's a circle instead of just like the arrowhead. I don't know. I really like it.
It does a good job of being sort of like an evolved Starfleet uniform. In that way that like admirals should be. It's just like I get a little bit more pomp and circumstance going on because I'm an admiral.
Yeah.
And I saw you admiring my giant pin.
Good old Admiral Bob.
Yeah. I noticed Uhura had like a background on hers as well. It was like a kind of a square background behind the delta and some lines,
I think those are
horizontal lines.
Those are the cadet pins or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Was she not a full ensign at this point yet?
No, she's a cadet still.
She's a cadet. Okay, that's why.
Go ahead.
I like the idea of that being because it's easier to identify that it's a cadet from further away.
I mean, that's literally the reason why the Navy has different colored like uniforms. So when you're on a carrier and you're like, that's why red shirts in the Navy, it's like yellow shirts and green shirts. Like they have all different colors. But like
I didn't know that.
When you're up in the tower looking down at the deck of the carrier or whatever, you can see, we've got 5 blue shirts and 2 green shirts and whatever. Like that's literally a thing. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
Huh. Okay. That's interesting. That makes more sense than that it would be on the shoulders and not.
Well, I just mean the color of the uniform. I don't know, like the pin.
No, I was thinking about like next gen uniforms or what, you know, where you get like that separation between the color and the black.
Yeah.
But you're not really looking down on people, so maybe this doesn't make any difference at all. But
right. But
speaking of the Delta for a second, I love so much the little, you know, Delta insignia animation at the beginning of the episodes with the ship, you know, kind of drawing out the shape of the Delta. In that like little rainbow exhaust.
I have not loved most of the newer Trek. Well, no, I like Discos, but I didn't like Picards and I didn't like Prodigies. But like this one is good. This one is
because it's the Enterprise.
Well, yeah, but I mean they're all basically doing the same use the ship to draw something motif. Like you draw a Janeway head with Prodigy and you draw a Picard head with stop drawing the captain's head.
Huh.
But anyway,
all right.
I just always thought it was weird in the Prodigy opening credits when the Protostar would surf up her boob.
Yeah, little.
Like, I get what you're doing, but this is a choice.
Yeah, it's also a children's show. So
yeah, fair enough.
But as far as the pins go, like I have mixed feelings about that because it is a big retcon that they wear communicator pins now. And I don't know why that, like, so many of these things don't bother me, but that one really does. It's like, that was a next-gen thing. You don't, and I don't think they are communicators, but they are still metal pins that fasten to their uniforms, and that wasn't the thing in the original series.
Right, because it was sewn fabric and handheld communicators.
And they've said before that they had a way to track people by their badges, so they do at least kind of work like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that, like, if you're setting it in the past, you need to cut off certain tech. Like, you don't have
we can't have everything
now. You know
now.
what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
We shouldn't have invented the holodeck yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, they had that on the Enterprise.
Which?
It was called the recreation deck or whatever.
No, it was in the animated series.
Yeah, animated series is maybe canon, maybe not. You know. To this day, Lower Decks did some work to canonize a couple of those things, but a lot of it is still like, maybe? Was there a giant Spock?
I mean, now giant Spock is not even the weirdest thing that's happened to him, so...
Oh, of course not.
I mean, this was written an episode.
This wasn't particularly weird. This was, like I say, pretty standard sci-fi body swap stuff. But, like, I can't imagine you had any problems with that premise, Maggie.
Oh, fuck no. Surprising no one. I loved a body swap episode.
What? Between a man and a woman? What?
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
What's odd to me is with all the Katra shit that they do anyway, like melding and all that stuff, and like being able to keep someone's mind alive after they're dead, like we saw in Star Trek 3. Like, it's weird this is the first time that's happened.
Well, yeah, it must happen all the time, right?
Well, not even all the time, but it feels like sometime in the centuries-long history of them fucking around with telepathy, this might have happened before, is all
I
I'm
imagine
sure.
it has. I just don't think the Vulcans have talked about it.
Yeah, that tracks.
The humans can't know that we fucked up Katras and two people swap bodies for 5 years.
I like that M'Benga, who has studied Vulcan medicine, said, yeah, Katras are like... Obviously, they're not magic because there's no such thing as magic, but also they're kind of like magic.
I was watching this last night, and I had the thought just like of M'Benga, just like, I think Vulcans have proved that the soul exists.
Yeah, and Chapel's like, what? He's like, yeah, I know. I know how stupid it sounds. I know, but...
It's like, I can't really argue with, like, you... I know that you're a very private. I know you're a very private culture, and like you've got your own. But like, if you prove the soul exists, you need to tell us. Okay, that's like.
Yeah,
it feels like a big one.
Yeah, I feel like this show and all these shows, particularly the ones set in the past, try to make stuff fit together in the nice little tapestry of Star Trek, and sometimes they over-explain or they don't explain it right. But this threaded the needle perfectly. Of like, are the Vulcans magic? What's going on here? Like, they're not, but also this guy who has studied Vulcan medicine for years doesn't entirely understand it, so it's weird.
We Captain, we are a little bit magic.
Look, we got the elf ears. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I also like
we got the elf ears. I double checked today.
Oh yeah.
I also like, and I don't know if this was a retcon or something that had come up before, but the idea that M'Benga has a massive background in Vulcan like physiology and all that, like, because repeatedly through the original series we saw Bones like, I don't know shit about Vulcans, Jim. He's gonna die, and like, thank goodness we had old Dr. Dad over there come back from his fishing trip so he can help Spock, because Bones ain't gonna do it.
The bit in this episode, first of all, the hat.
It's just he's got such dad energy. I said that from minute one. And the fishing hat, Jesus
I love
Christ.
that.
Yeah.
I just, like, he has the moment where he's like, fine, I'll take it off. And I'm just like, don't you dare.
No.
Never let them hide your light under a bushel, Doc.
Under a fishing hat.
I kind of love that whenever they bring up something where that's like kind of a weird, slightly more our modern day thing, but it's just like, this is just a thing that still exists, and this is the thing that is very dear to me personally. It's kind of weird and doesn't fit into the whole, space pajamas vibe, but I'm going to wear whatever. I love those, kind of moments. Picard wandering around the Enterprise holding his horse saddle or whatever. Just, even though it was kind of weird that, yes, I've always loved horses. But, it was still just like, I've got this thing that's very personal to me.
No, I like when they have affectations like that. What I don't like is when they just say, and we're still listening to the same music from 400 years ago, and we're still no, but if an individual character is into something from back then, that's cool. But like a lot of the modern series have really been leaning into the contemporary references, and like I don't always love that. But.
Yeah, fair enough.
The idea to me was just like, well, the fly fishing hat probably hasn't needed to evolve at all in like however long,
No,
like,
it holds your hooks.
We kind of
and
nailed
stuff.
it. Yeah.
It shields you from the sun. It holds your hooks. Like, it's a good design.
Yep. I got my waders. I got my, like, it's all there.
Now, someone could work on making this look a little cooler, maybe, but nah, it's fine.
If you're if you're out fly fishing, like,
you're not doing it to look cool.
No,
That's true.
We used to. So when I there was a park by my microscopic apartment back when we lived there, that had like a big artificial sort of pond thing. Mm-hmm. And when I would drive to work in the morning, like we would see a guy basically practicing his cast every morning for like
Nice.
during the warmer months.
That's cute.
It was beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
So back to the body swap thing. This is my bad thing. First of all, I did like the body swap. I thought that was good,
Yes.
and I thought it was handled well, but it felt a little lacking to me. Like, it happens pretty late in the episode. It happens like 10 or 15 minutes in, and then they undo it with 10 minutes to go. We really only get like a couple of acts with it, and I feel like there were a few more interesting beats they could have gotten. Like first of all, I'm glad they didn't do the "I'm not going to tell Pike, I'm just going to pretend I'm Spock" thing like that. That made me happy.
Yeah.
But there was some comedy or some drama or both that could have been wrung from this, and I was really surprised that they got rid of it so quickly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
No,
they
I
had
definitely-
like 4 stories going on. I think that might have been part of it. Is
They
just
could have
didn't
cut
have
one of the B
space.
stories to make room for that.
Yeah.
But
Just move it to another episode because the B stories were fine. Just
I
there's
had
a
the
lot
note
going
where
on
I'm
here.
just like, wait, am I wrong? Is the body swap one in the next season? Is that what it
Well,
like?
the credits don't hit until like 12 minutes in or something.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a good choice, but strange.
And again, I'm pretty fine. Like, this is a great episode, honestly.
No, I enjoy it. Like I say, I just think for all the talk of hijinks, there could have been a few more hijinks is all.
This is the most amount of hijinks that 2 Vulcans can handle. Like, for them, this is a huge amount of hijinks.
I suppose, and I suppose this is as good an excuse as any to play Mark's quote here. So, you want to set this up, or have we already done that?
I forget what I picked. What did I pick? Oh, yes.
Well,
They're, hijinks.
very well.
If they go away, that may give us enough time to fix the situation.
Logic suggests the easiest way to get them to go away is for you to answer while pretending to be me.
Spock, I do not like hijinks.
In that we are in agreement. But it appears that hijinks are the most logical course of action.
So that was hijinks.
I just picture Spock talking about it to Pike afterwards. He's like, that's the amount of hijinks that you were overwhelmed by? God, if this was humans, we would have turned this into a Goofy short.
Yeah. I think you're right, though. I feel like they could have had more trouble switching back even after the main stuff was resolved and had a few more comedy beats out of it. I don't know.
Yeah, or even just have a few moments where they're speaking to each other as each other. Even it had a little of that, but after the crisis has abated, you could have them talking like, I learned something. Not cheesy like that, but sort of like, this is what it's like to be you. This is what it's like to be you. Interesting,
Yeah.
And weirdly, that kind of ties to my good thing. Just the two of them talking.
Yes.
All of the scenes with them together should have been tedious because, Vulcans talk like this. And yes, how are you? Well, I think you work too much. Well, I will try to work less and spend more time. That should be tedious to watch. And it is not. It is fascinating because these two performers have, yes, I said fascinating on purpose.
Fascinating.
And logical, too.
But these two performers are doing this sort of high speed, deadpan banter thing. It's like His Girl Friday or something, but without the emotion. And it sings. These two are so good together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, even with the monotone and just there's so much going on in these conversations, for 2 people with no emotions, and I know
That's not true. You know it.
yes, these are some very irritated people.
Right?
And as
There's
much
just
as-
so much sarcasm and
Yeah.
and insults just hidden right underneath the surface.
Yeah, and these writers get it. Vulcans are not unemotional. What they do is they control their emotions. That's not the same thing.
Yeah,
Right.
I love.
They're still catty bitches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spock is I love my girlfriend, I think, but I really love,
I love my
job.
work too. Yeah.
Yeah. I just watched a great episode of Peacemaker of all things that has a moment where that's about choosing between like the thing you realize you were born to do and the person that you love, and like what kind of life that can give you. And it's just like, it completely reminded me, I'm just watching this just like, yeah, that is a thing you need to discuss in your relationships.
Well, that's a pretty fundamentally human, or at least Western culture thing. And like, you know, I think it works in a lot of different kind of stories. But what I like is Spock's so terrified that he's too human. And I would say T'Pring of the two of them is far more emotional. Like,
oh yeah,
she gets real upset that he's got to go to work. Like, you know, you have to correct for the Vulcan delivery, but like he's a lot more measured, I think, in this particular episode than she is.
Well, she absolutely just like, you told us we were going to have a romantic weekend together, and you're working. Like,
you had better go prepare for your important work.
Also, like Spock absolutely does the Worf thing too, where like, if everyone made fun of him for not being a Vulcan, so he's going to Vulcan harder than anyone's ever Vulcaned before.
And other Vulcans look at him like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Let's see. Mark, what was your good thing?
My good thing was it's the fight music, the Amok Time fight music in Spock's Dream. I love a musical callback, but especially a 55-year-old musical callback.
Okay, you knew we were going to do this. Tell us what the music is. You have to hum it now.
Dun 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 dun. Is that what you mean?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I figured most everyone listening would know, but just in case,
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like is we keep coming back to I assume the Sarek family's backyard, but I don't actually know where this is. But like in the various series over the years, we keep coming back to Vulcan, and the effects teams and design guys and all that are working really hard to never contradict what came before and just sort of build on. Like, yes, we had some shots in, it was the Abrams movie, which doesn't really count, but sure it does, of Vulcan that meshes with the restored, like slightly sweetened versions in the original series DVDs. And then like, I think Disco did some stuff. And like every time we come back here, it looks a little better. And it doesn't look like they completely reinvented it. And this just looks like the area from Amok Time. It's great.
Well, and it makes a lot of sense that it would be the exact same area, honestly. Like, it's probably their version of their local church.
Yeah, he's like, this is where we're getting married. This is where my fears will come to pass.
This is where the gong is.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where the thing covered in bells is.
And you got the priestess there overseeing everything. Like it's such good fan service without feeling like, ugh, we know.
Yep.
They did a good job casting her too.
Yep.
She looks very much like slightly. No, I'm.
You're talking about T'Pau,
the priestess. Yeah, T'Pau.
Oh yeah.
She looks very much like the original, but slightly younger.
And T'Pring also looks like her 60s counterpart, but it's also maybe the hottest lady who's ever existed.
Could be the hot. I'm gonna say that with Chapel here, it's a real tough race, but
okay,
yeah.
But I feel like after 5 solid minutes of drooling over Anson Mount, I don't feel quite so sexist saying "Bravo, boom."
Fair enough. And like in the dream, she had some weird. It looked like a 3D printed dress or something. It was very, very weird, but in a good way.
Yeah. No, she's great. And she's just, they're both so horny for each other all the time.
Yep.
Which,
I love it.
We've talked about this before, and I'm sure we'll talk about it again. Like, the impression I got from Amok Time was Spock had this arranged marriage from when he was a child. He didn't really have a lot of contact with her. Nobody on the ship knew who she was, and now he's got to get married. And, like, I guess I need to go watch it again. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I can think of worse excuses to go watch one of the best episodes of the original series.
And the alternative is maybe I'm right, and who cares, because we're getting good stories out of it. I don't care that much.
Yeah.
It's just like in this episode we learn that Chapel is kind of a promiscuous celebratory. Like she doesn't want a relationship. She just wants to sleep around a lot, which
kind of a Pike's shirt, would you say?
Yeah, exactly. I just like I there is zero judgment or negative. Like it's fantastic. I love it. But the Christine Chapel we know that was played by Majel Barrett does not seem like she had that in her past at all.
No. Yeah. If Spock threw a bowl of soup at this Chapel, she'd kick him in the balls.
Yep, exactly so.
And rightly so.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I really like this version of Chapel, though.
Oh, I love her.
It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't bother me that they're not quite the same character.
It's mostly that I don't want something to happen in this show that turns her into that. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
what happened to you? Oh no.
No, I adore this character. She's one of my favorite ones.
Yep.
It's just calling her Christine Chapel is like, well, are you though?
I also noticed in this episode she has a cross tattoo on her arm, and I love that because Chapel.
Oh, I didn't know.
And I guess also Christine, kind of.
Well, someone pointed out to us some time ago, and I was embarrassed not to know before, that Christine Chapel, Sistine Chapel. I never
fuck. God.
I never put that together. Yeah.
All right.
What?
It's a pun on Sistine Chapel.
I never put that together either.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay.
This was a lot, like, I think this was when we were covering the original series. It just, we probably forgot about it in the ensuing years. But yeah, someone said, yeah, you know that's a pun, right? No.
Jesus.
It's not a good pun because it's not like she's religious or anything, but it's still,
Yeah.
you know,
Huh.
it's wordplay of a
Interesting.
sort, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right, Maggie, your good and bad things both have to do with a sort of a B plot we haven't talked about yet,
The B
so-
plot that we've been avoiding because it's not very good.
No, not so much avoiding, but it's just not really related to the rest of it. So why don't you get into either one? It doesn't matter.
I want to bring this up because, like, numerous times, like, anytime Chakotay would be interesting on Voyager, we would bring it up and talk about it because he never was.
Yeah, and Wesley, like all those hated characters would occasionally have a decent episode.
It's like if the episode throws them a bone, we're definitely going to discuss it. This is the most likable that La'an has been since the start of the series, and wow, did I need it.
In fairness, this is only, 4 or 5? Like, we're not very deep in yet.
That is true, but also she has been a main character in most of these episodes. Like, after Spock and Pike and maybe Una, like, she is a very important character.
That's
and like this is the most I have liked her since the show started. Like, does it redeem the character? No, not really. She's still pretty awful in one note, and at least one time in this episode bullies a crew member. But like, at least the episode tried and is considering she's the worst part of every episode, I feel like that should be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair. I feel like they're. I mean, I don't want to spoil future stuff, obviously, but I think they are taking her on a longer arc than you might otherwise expect. She does become a much more interesting and nuanced character over time.
Really glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Because, like, just, we have, the show has such a tone, like, even when things are bad, like, even in a serious episode, the Gorn episode we just did is a great example. Like, even when things are dire, these characters still have, like, an optimism to them, and, like, you still enjoy following them, and just every time La'an is on screen, she's just like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened, and more terrible things will follow it. And just seeing her goof around with Una for an episode really helped for me.
No, I've mentioned this already, but she's like Tasha Yar for the 20 episodes we got her. Like, she's like early Kira. It's like you need to like, I'm not saying like, oh, this woman needs to smile more.
No.
But also, how many times are you going to do this? Like, younger woman has gone through a horrible tragedy and now she's the most violent one on the ship. Like,
yeah, exactly. And like, you guys mastered that with Kira. Like, if you're gonna do it again, you've got to realize that you fucking like nailed it last time.
But like, Kira, would you agree, Maggie, was like a top 3 character for both of us?
Yes.
And like,
definitely in DS9, possibly in all of Star Trek.
Yeah, but like, she kind of sucked at the beginning too. Like, we talked about her, you know, she didn't give a damn about anything. So like, I'm absolutely willing to concede Mark's point that like they're going somewhere with this.
No, look, if they're going, like, I would love to see that. I'm just like, right now, it like seeing any other side of her has been just a huge deal for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but
I do like Una's like, are we not fun? And La'an's like, why would you want to be fun? Have you considered the joys of being serious?
The thing is, this is a thing I've talked about since at least 7 of 9 and maybe before that, where Star Trek loves to single out characters who do not. enjoy themselves in a conventional way and sort of shame them. And I continue to hate that because I'm usually that guy. We were just talking about how Mbenga has this weird hobby that nobody else has, and he's fine with it. And like, but these guys are like, where fun goes to die. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, they just don't go to parties or do whatever the shit you do. Like, it's so what? Like, I don't know. It just bothers me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Again, I see myself in this picture. So.
Sure. And I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I not fun? Am I not fun?
Oh no, you're plenty fun. I'm talking about me.
Oh no,
I do think that having the oldest panel on the ship being signed by crew members is such a cool thing, though.
That's pretty. Some of the stuff they did was a little dumb, but like the signing the panel was cool. And I like that Una signs Una Chin Riley #1.
Yep.
Like a high schooler would write, Metallica #1.
Yep.
right. With the Octothorpe.
Piers,
#1.
Piers Ensign Millhouse will be seeing us in the shuttlecraft.
And I did love while they were out there too, just like the end of the episode, like seeing the solar sailor, go across above the ship while they were standing out there. They
happened to be there to see it at the best possible angle.
That was actually kind of emotional for me. It was like, this is a gorgeous shot.
I didn't love most of this subplot, but that was a good payoff. And it was a nice way to dovetail the two of the plots, which was good.
Yeah.
This episode is a real, I will get these occasionally, hopefully more often than not, where I'll watch the episode and just go, fuck, I love Star Trek. But, this episode had the vibe of, we also love Star Trek.
Yeah.
Well,
we the writers, we the creators.
This show, more than any of the others we've covered since, Discovery. Well, Enterprise too. But, this show really loves Star Trek, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Well, okay, all right, Lower Decks did. We just...
Lower Decks obviously
we're
loves
assholes.
Star Trek.
We're assholes, and we're like, yeah, but not like that.
Yeah.
But every other show...
Yeah.
No, Disco was always trying to find the edge to it, and I think a little too hard. And
a little too hard.
Picard had its own weird direction, and even Prodigy was good, but it you don't get that real sense. Occasionally they do, but not like this show. We're out here to explore and to find Pike's fucking tactic with these weird aliens who take on the characteristics of whoever they happen to be talking to. Him figuring that out and going out on a limb, and April going Chris, what are you doing? You're fucking this all up.
What the fuck was that?
Trust me. It's diversity. Trust me. Watch. If I do this, it's going to respect their beliefs and it's going to make them want to join us. And that's such a Star Trek thing.
Yep.
And I hadn't quite seen this particular angle before. It was great.
Well, and it's are they copying us? He's like, no, that's not quite it either.
It's like an empathic thing, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, they actually say that. I realized the aliens say that right at the beginning. They're like, "Oh, we're very, very empathy focused, or whatever."
Yeah, but a lot of people. I'm kind of an empath.
I'm a bit of an empath myself, actually. So
yeah, exactly. That is a word that people say to the point where it doesn't have a lot of meaning.
Sure.
Just my tastes are real eclectic. Yeah, okay.
Fucking Counselor Troy. I'm a bit of an empath, actually, Bill.
But no, the aliens were the lead alien had I don't know how to describe it, but the vibe of the guys they would cast as aliens in the 90s, and I say this as a compliment. He had real Armin Shimmerman, Ethan Phillips, the guy who plays Phlox, those sort of short trolley guys.
Yeah, kind of a little guy who responds to weird makeup well.
Yeah, exactly. And he was just this could be a character from Next Gen DS9 Voyager. They just nailed that kind of guy, and I really, I don't know, I liked that.
Yeah, when he first walked in, I was like, actually, is that Armin Shimmerman? I was like, no.
Yeah.
He could be his brother, though.
Just very Shimmermanian. Maggie, what was your bad thing?
So the reason La'an and Una are doing this is because they discover a thing called Enterprise Bingo, which was mentioned a couple episodes back. And what it is a list of tasks. It's not bingo, Bingo is a very specific game involving picking tasks off of a board and doing enough of them to finish a line or do an X or a blackout or whatever. So, like, if this was 25 tasks and you did enough to hit one on every letter, yes, that would be Enterprise Bingo. This is just a list of things to do. Don't call it bingo unless you're making a bingo card.
Well, I did find a freeze frame, and the whole list is. It says at the top, do 10 of the things on this list, and the list is 11 things long. So
Yep.
One of them might be like risking your career or your life. So they're like, okay, this one's optional.
Yeah. It's like, look, we do that every day. I have a red shirt. Like that's the free space.
Like it's a cliche for a reason.
Yeah.
Calling it a scavenger hunt might have been better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, and
there's other things that this could be.
There was a lot of good fan service in this episode, and there was a lot of good references and all that, but I could have done without every time they checked an item off the list, it plays the Star Trek theme.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
The pad goes do 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 do. Like, come on, man.
On the one hand, you're right. But on the other hand, I still liked it, so fuck it.
Okay, Maggie, if they'd done that on Lower Decks, would you have liked it?
No.
I
would have hated it.
Stick to your phasers.
I realized what the issue here is that Lower Decks is obsessed with Next Generation, and my favorite is actually original series. So,
all right, I see.
It's just, hey, isn't Next Gen great? I mean, I guess, but like.
Yeah. It had some great moments, but on average, it was pretty good.
Like, your girl came in with TOS, so...
Yeah, I know. Me too.
So does that mean that's actually the Enterprise's theme in universe?
It might.
Oh, the way that the Delta was actually their insignia and all the other ships had their own?
Uh-huh.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The flagship's got, like, its own little song, and it's the one with the lyrics or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, Uhura's like warming up to sing it. Like she's gonna. She hasn't yet. But she's gonna.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe she composed it.
Yeah. Maybe.
No, then why would it be in the bingo? Anyway. Never mind.
It's fine. We'll get there. We'll write a book.
The logic doesn't work if you think about it too hard.
Yeah. Sorry.
I want to get back to the chapel real quick because this is the episode where they canonically established that she's bisexual, which I am pleased with. Ortegas mentions her previous conquests and lists men and women in it, and like that's nice, like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Just because again, the representation is still like you take disco out of the equation. There's hardly any gays in Star Trek still.
Yeah,
but it's nice to see here.
Like they haven't said Ortegas is gay either, but like, look at her.
Yeah. I know.
So when she's talking with Chapel, she says, like, you don't want to get in the middle of a Vulcan relationship. They'll make you fight with Lirpas. I have actual scars.
Yep.
So does that imply she fought in ritual combat over the hand of a Vulcan lady?
Yeah. Did you have your own Amok time situation there, Erica? And can we watch that?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see that now.
I'd love her.
That wasn't how I read that. I read that she literally got in the middle of someone else's fight, but I like your interpretation much better. I just figured there was something like a bar fight on Vulcan, and she's like, okay, break it up. And then she got hurt. But,
whoa, okay.
There's obviously a lot of cultural stuff happening here. I'm just going to stay out of this now.
Let's take it out to the big circle that we have out back.
Let's go to the Sarek's backyard.
Yep. Here, I'll bring a gong.
And
you two can
sure
get
she
it
has
on.
one handy.
How else would you know when to get it on? Obviously,
there is a bit when Spock is trying to fix the body swap thing, where he's like, "I think this requires a gong. I believe I have one around here." That I found so funny.
Yep. I also think Ethan Peck did a great job of softening his voice as Spock as T'Pring.
Yep.
Like, there were some real subtle vocal qualities to him. No, she did a good job, too.
They both did a great job.
It's because we hear him week after week that I'm sort of more attuned to what he's supposed to sound like.
Fair enough, yeah.
an occasional guest star, and it's a little harder to discern.
No,
that's all.
he's definitely doing one of these.
Yeah, like you've talked to me about how there's like vocal coaching for trans women because like the HRT doesn't change your voice. You have to
It doesn't.
do that yourself. Yeah. So like
One of the many things I discovered after I started. Wait, what?
so it
I
struck
have to
me
do
as, like,
this? Fuck.
That's why most of the characters you play are still male because
Yeah.
it's a lot of work, man. But no, it seems like he took coaching from someone like that, like learned how to feminize his voice a bit, and I
Yep.
thought he did a great job.
That shit's a lot of work to remember all the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, it'd be like speaking in a new accent all the time. Like, it's a lot of work.
It's like, you can do it. It's fucking hard. I got enough going on.
It's like when I was young, I had to, and Mark, you probably had the same thing. Have to train yourself not to say wooder and over.
Worder. Chimley.
Go down the
boat.
ocean. Like,
Bis crabs in town.
yeah. That's like crab claws on a chalkboard.
Yeah. No, I very distinctly
Delicious.
tried to get rid of my
Yeah, we both come from
rural.
rural Maryland, and like, I'm not talking like that. No, thank you.
No.
Oh, this is the episode where we learn that Transporter Chief Kyle is mean.
Yeah, that was really funny.
When the cadets or ensigns or whoever they were, they busted for Enterprise Bingo. They're like, well, we're assigning you to Kyle's duty. No, not Kyle.
He's so mean.
He's like 12 years old in his little vest. How is he like?
That's so funny.
I know. I love him, cute little guy, but he's
Yeah.
so little.
Also, the bullying girl was real pretty.
Yep.
Just
Also
like,
good
hey,
to see.
Oh, yeah.
how's it going?
Good to see non-humans on the Enterprise. They actually, I think, have done a good job of not putting a lot on there because there never were, but
No.
there should be a few.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There should always be a few.
Yeah. But if you do like Disco where there's a lot, then it's like, well, that's not the ship we saw in the 60s, so that's not
Yeah.
really quite right.
That just raises the question of what happened and where did they go?
Was Kirk a racist? Did he say, I
Yeah.
only want humans on my...
Oh,
except
no.
this guy.
He was
Yeah,
already
exactly.
like, get that chief medical officer out of here. I'm bringing my friend in.
was hoping
I'm
Begging,
sure
you're on
we'll-
the night shift now.
I'm sure we'll find out what that story is.
I was hoping they'd try to bring in some of the alien races from the animated series.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Eric's.
Oh, I'd
Eric's
love to
and-
see an Eric's.
What's her name? Katniss? Katniss?
Oh, yeah, Katniss.
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 Yeah.
Katniss.
We had Caitians. I mean, we had the Caitian doctor in Lower Decks,
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
same species, and I thought we had one in Prodigy, but I thought we'd seen a live action one at some point. Oh, I can't remember now.
Oh, yeah, there's one in Trek 5.
No. I mean in the more recent series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's one in Trek 4 also, I think.
Oh, really?
At the end where they're on trial and they end up getting the Enterprise A back.
Yeah.
There's some various aliens milling about, and I think deep in the background there's like a cat guy.
That's cool.
Huh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
And
don't
then in
think I
5
noticed
they
that.
do the terrible fucking slapstick joke where someone steps on her tail.
Meow.
Yeah. The difference between Leonard behind the camera and Bill behind the camera.
Yeah. Someone threw a boot at a cat.
Because it was singing on the fence too late
Yep.
at night. Supposed to be the planet of interplanetary peace.
Well, now it's the planet of interplanetary throwing boots at cats. Boots at cats, boots at cats, boots at cats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What else?
Let's see.
I did really like when when Chris is complimenting Spock during the negotiations, and like T'Pring is like, hearing him talk about Spock and realizing it's about him, and just like how she gets really emotional and like brings tears to Spock's eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was like so well acted.
Well, I also like that there's kind of a double, like there's two things happening there. He
Yeah.
knows what's going on between Spock and T'Pring, and he also knows he's
right.
come between them a couple of times. Like,
Yes.
like he's kind of inadvertently Spock blocked them, and he doesn't like that, so he's trying to make up for it. You like that? That just came to me as it was coming
Yeah.
out of my mouth.
That was very good.
Thank you. Yes, very good.
But no, he's doing it for the benefit of the negotiations, but he also knows it's going to help Spock / T'Pring. Like it's such a good tactical move that helps more than one group of people, and it's like, fuck, this guy's good thinking on his feet.
Yep. Absolutely.
Pike had 5 minutes. Pike had like 5 minutes in this episode. It was not his episode, and he still stole every scene he was in.
God, he's such a captain. You know, like.
But like we were praising Anson Mount before, but I'm saying specifically Pike. Like, didn't contribute a lot. Like mostly Spock handled the negotiations, but the captain would step in and like get the assist, as sports people say. You know, like.
And I also love that he's taken to heart that he's like, I'm getting in the way of Spock's relationship, and that is not cool. Like,
yeah.
I like this is important, but that is also important, and I need to respect that. You know?
Yeah, we always talk about how like we're fighting for. You know, it's like whenever anyone like there's America stories focused on this too. We always talk about like our ideals and like how we're defending whatever. But like if you don't get to have a regular life, then what's the fucking point? You know?
Yeah, exactly. I also love that Pike basically tells T'Pring what we all know. Spock is Star Trek.
Yeah, pretty much. I just have this note. The transporter infuses gum with flavor? ?
That's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know how that works, but sure.
They transported flavor crystals into it.
Ooh, flavor crystals. Dilithium flavor crystals. Now, Mark, let me ask you this. If they'd had transporters in the Rocketeer, would that have changed the whole thing?
I don't think it would have.
Okay. I know you have to rethink your whole, like, you have a big PhD thesis on this. I don't want to catch you off guard here. But.
About how the Rocketeer is all about gum?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah, I know you do.
It's a big ad for Beeman's gum. Beeman's chewing gum.
Phenomen gum.
Not Phenomen gum. Isn't that like I was going to say digestive, and that's not right.
It's on the list of
Laxative?
things Elvis had to have like at all times.
Jesus Christ.
There's a weird he had like a weird rider of like you have to have 12 hard-boiled eggs and this and that and Phenomen gum. And I don't know why, just imagining Phenomen gum in an Elvis voice always cracks me up.
Yeah, so Phenomen gum is a stimulant laxative chewing gum.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah.
Like that gum that makes you poop.
So he had too much was the issue.
Or not enough.
Yeah.
I need the exact right amount, baby.
Gotta balance my Phenomen chi.
Mama. My Elvis is just Johnny Bravo, and I stand by that.
It's fine.
Yeah.
There's a great moment where Chapel's trying to give advice to Spock, and she says, "What are friends for?" And Spock just goes, "I don't know what." And she says, "It's an expression." He's like, "I know it was an expression. It's just as easy to mess with humans as it is with Vulcans."
Yep.
It's like, you are a fucking cut-up, Spock. You don't get enough credit for that.
I adored their friendship.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that I don't mind is kind of a retcon or whatever, like filling in the blanks. Like, the reason she's so heartsick for him is because they were close.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just the aspects of her character that don't quite work. But again, when the show's over, maybe they'll explain that. I don't know.
I have been thinking about this a lot. And, so the showrunners on this show have talked about how they want to do basically Star Trek Year One.
Yeah. I don't know that they're going to be able to, but... Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be able to either. I don't know what's happening. Everything is insane right now. But, the fact that they have cast Thomas Jane as Bones for the last episode is very indicative to me of, like, Thomas Jane's, like, that dude's headlined movies.
Yeah.
Like, that is a guy who, like, if you are going to have a series, that is a good choice to make him the main character.
That's a fair point.
Or like, supporting.
Yeah, one of the three.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, the idea that this is just leading into, like, ultimate Star Trek, for want of a better term, is sort of a thing I've been thinking about a lot lately.
I mean, I wouldn't hate that. They also cast Sulu, so, like, they're just gradually building the crew. So,
like, everyone's there except for Chekhov, who fucking shows up late, theoretically.
Yeah, he shows up in season 2 anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Even
though he was there the whole time because he remembers Khan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. That's one of those fan things I'm real sick of. Yes, I know he wasn't there. Shut up. Do we, without really spoiling plot things, Mark, you've seen further ahead than we have. Do you know if Janice Rand shows up?
I don't think so, at least not yet.
I hope
her
so.
hair?
That's another great character I would love to have good episodes with.
Well, it's another Uhura situation where we know almost nothing about her, and she's a blank canvas, and you could do good stuff with her. Yeah.
Like,
what else?
you know, she was another one of those guys that was around, like Kyle and Chapel and
the rest.
The rest. Names that I would recognize if you said them to me. Riley.
Garavik.
MacIver.
Gary Mitchell. Bring in Gary Mitchell.
Yeah, absolutely. And he needs to be a real just asshole. Like,
oh yeah.
Don't soften him. Don't sympathize him. He's got to just be like a real frat boy douche from day one.
That's got to be the dude that like you were friends with in college, and you look back and go, "Oh God, I was not my best self then."
Or I've grown and he hasn't. Like,
exactly.
He still lives in our hometown, and like, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh God, he grew up and became a cop.
Watches incel videos on YouTube.
Yep. Yep. You know, really, there's an epidemic of male sadness in America that I think we need to do something about. Oh, really?
You know, when I get god powers, it'll all be different. Oh boy.
Yeah, the god powers didn't corrupt him; they just gave him an excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Well, before we start veering too close to reality here, I think we might start wrapping things up.
Yep.
Sure.
This is a great
guys got
episode.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun.
I love this.
Yeah, it had a couple problems, but that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Anything else?
Nope. I'm
Very
good.
Well,
I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
As always. Let's see. Next time we are doing one of those fucking mouthful titles. Lift us where suffering cannot reach. And that's a disco title there. And Devlin, I believe, will be joining us for that. I know they've had some scheduling issues, so possibly not. But they want to. There was a fierce competition for this episode because it's, without really getting into spoilers, it's the one that left the most impression on me from season 1 for sure.
Oh, interesting.
This one has a strong moral quandary in it that is not easily solved. And
Ooh.
it's one of those, shit, what would I do in this situation? I don't know. So like, it's real good.
That's good trek.
And it's one of those, they would have done this in the 60s if they could have gotten this past standards and practices, but it's a little too dark. And so now they're doing a very 60s style story in a way that they can do now. So like exactly what the show is for as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
So yeah. All right. So as ever, the website is postatomichorror.com. If you want to write to us, it's postatomichorror@gmail.com and patreon.com/Algar. You get episodes way ahead of time along with a bunch of other bonus content. And I think that's all for this time.
Yeah. See you, folks.
The Post-Atomic Horror Podcast is a co-production of Maggie Robotham and Ron Algar Watt. Copyright 2026. Please don't sue us. We're just doing this for fun.